My name is Stephanie. I'm sitting in my new apartment, looking out at the city through the balcony doors. The early fall sunlight bathes everything in a soft orange glow, and I'm sipping my tea, feeling a sense of peace I haven't felt in a long time. It's been 6 months since the pivotal moment that changed my life forever, and I'm finally starting to feel like myself again. I remember that day like it was yesterday. I was in the middle of a corporate ethics consulting project when I received an email from Northbridge's HR department. The message was brief, but it confirmed what I had been working towards for months. I was a legal shareholder holding 6% of the company's equity through Investment Fund X. It was a small victory, but it felt like a huge weight had been lifted off my shoulders. As I sat there, reflecting on everything that had happened, I couldn't help but think about how my life had changed. Just a few months ago, I was a married woman living in a beautiful house with my husband, Mark. We had been together for over a decade, and I thought we had a strong, stable relationship. But then, everything fell apart. It all started on a Friday afternoon at the mall. I was picking out a birthday gift for my niece when I ran into an old college friend, Lily. She looked at me with a concerned expression and said, "Stephanie, are you okay? I just saw Mark make a dinner reservation for 2 tonight at the Ivy. I thought he was out of town on business." My heart sank. I tried to brush it off, telling myself that she must have seen someone else. But deep down, I knew the truth. All the signs had been there. The late-night meetings, the unfamiliar cologne on his collar, the way he avoided my eyes in the morning. I had been in denial, not wanting to believe that my husband could be cheating on me. I drove home in a daze, my hands shaking on the steering wheel. I called the Ivy and confirmed the reservation. It was really happening. Mark was having an affair. That night, I decided to confront him. I put on a black silk dress that I had saved for a special occasion and headed to the restaurant. I sat at a table in the corner, watching as Mark and his mistress, Sarah, arrived. They looked so happy together, like they didn't have a care in the world. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I felt a mix of anger, sadness, and betrayal. But I refused to let them see me cry. I wrote a note and sent it to Mark's table, simply saying, "Enjoy your dinner. I hope the food isn't as bland as the lie you told me this morning." Mark's reaction was priceless. He looked at the note, then at me, his eyes wide with shock. He tried to explain, but I didn't want to hear it. I stood up, lifted my glass of water, and tilted my head slightly, like a silent toast to their evening of betrayal. Then I turned and walked away. That was just the beginning. Over the next few weeks, I discovered that Mark's betrayal went much deeper than I had thought. He was not only having an affair, but he was also involved in insider trading. He had been using confidential information from Sarah, who worked at a fintech startup called Zenith, to make investment decisions for his company, Summit Capital. I was devastated. I couldn't believe that the man I had loved and trusted for so long could be capable of such deception. But I knew I had to take action. I gathered evidence of his wrongdoing and contacted my brother, Jake, who worked at the Securities and Exchange Commission. He helped me build a case against Mark and Zenith, and eventually they were both investigated and charged. Mark was suspended from his job at Summit Capital, and he was forced to sell his shares in the company. He also faced criminal charges and could potentially go to prison. Sarah, on the other hand, decided to cooperate with the authorities and resigned from her position at Zenith. As for me, I filed for divorce and moved into a small apartment in the city. It was a difficult transition, but I knew it was the right thing to do. I needed to start over, to find myself again. Looking back, I realized that Mark's betrayal was a blessing in disguise. It forced me to confront my own fears and insecurities, and it taught me the importance of standing up for myself. I'm no longer the same person I was before. I'm stronger, more independent, and more confident. I'm also grateful for the support of my friends and family, especially Jake. He was there for me every step of the way, offering me advice and encouragement. Without him, I don't know what I would have done. As I sit here, sipping my tea and looking out at the city, I feel a sense of peace and contentment. I know that the road ahead won't be easy, but I'm ready to face whatever challenges come my way. I'm no longer afraid of the future. I'm excited to see what it has in store for me.